Leicester will be all in blue. Newcastle all in whites with green trim. Newcastle kicking towards the Kop end in the first half. It is Leicester that will get us underway, but this is a weekend where we remind everyone, as both sets of teams take the knee, there is no room for racism in football. We're underway at King Power Stadium. The ball laid all the way back to Leicester goalkeeper Mads Hermansen, just outside of his penalty area. Down the right, flicked onto Vardy, who shot early from the angle right side, and Nick Pope diving to his goal line and tipping the ball to safety. What a fast start from Leicester as they look to take the lead, and Vardy latching onto the Ndidi flicked header, an instinctive strike that nearly gave the Foxes the lead. Here is Guimaraes, right of the halfway line in his own half of the field. Looked like he miscontrolled that, but he still managed to get away from Ndidi, and then with the help of Joe Linton, it's out to Harvey Barnes on the far side. A move we've seen so often. Overlapping run, Livramento, Newcastle lead. Less than 2 minutes. Jacob Murphy at the far post to a rapid Newcastle attack. They moved it to the left. Barnes had it, corner of the box on the left side, but he saw Livramento overlapping, slipped it to the full-back, who's drilled it hard and low across the face of goal, and Jacob Murphy from the tightest of angles has managed to steer it home just in off the post, his 6th of the season, and Newcastle lead at King Power Stadium by 1-0.
Yeah, well, there was a 50-50 there between Wilfred Ndidi and Guimaraes in midfield, and Wilfred Ndidi had a chance of winning that ball. 5
in total in this campaign. 45 Leicester goals in 187 appearances. Actually scored on his last Leicester appearance, which was the win here against West Ham in May of 2023. Well, there's an effort here from the halfway line. Oh, it's hit the bar. It will fall to Murphy, and Newcastle will have a second. Unbelievable skill initially from the halfway line from Fabian Schär, the centre-back, who saw Hermansen off his line. He went for it and he nearly executed it brilliantly. It bounced back off the bar. The first to react was the scorer of the first goal, Jacob Murphy, slammed into the net. 10.5 minutes gone, Leicester 0, Newcastle 2.
Like you say, as you say, ball comes in, the Vardy first touch, but then loses control. Shaw picks it up and he hits it from just inside his own half, and you're thinking that's in the back of the net, but it hits the bar. But again, if you look at Leicester's defence, there's just no reaction, and Jacob Murphy is the only one who's reacted to that. Luke Thomas stops.
Here is El Khanous. He's going to lose possession here, and Tonali in the centre of the Leicester half will feed it into Alexander Isak, and his shot is a fearsome one into the side of the net. Leicester escape. If Isak starts to find his form, as he has been doing recently, and Leicester will be in trouble.
Yeah, this time it's El Khanous, sloppy in possession.
Tonali, it's a driven ball to this near side of the penalty area. Victor Christian's handing the ball away. Good control by El Khanous, and then Samare has stood on the ball, and it's Guimaraes on the edge of the area. There's a man over on the far side, which is Harvey Barnes, and Connor Cody got himself in front of the shot from Barnes on the angle, almost on the corner of the 6-yard box. Cody deflecting it away for a corner. Nearly a goal scoring return for Harvey Barnes.
Yeah, again, sloppy in possession, Leicester. This time it's Samare. And as soon as they give away possession,
instead it's El Khanous who has possession. Thomas still an option as El Khanous comes infield, squared across the 18-yard line, but straight to Harvey Barnes and not James Justin. Barnes is coming forward at pace. He's over the halfway line. He's played it out to the far side to Alexander Isak, edge of the box, coming in onto his right foot. A shot charged down by Cody. Then it's Joe Linton on the follow-up, away from fast. Brilliant save, but Barnes will score on his King Power Stadium return. A muted celebration by the player who came through the Leicester Academy, joined as a boy, left as a man, but as he returns here from just a few yards out, he couldn't miss to score his 6th goal of the season. Ends a 15-game run without a goal as Newcastle rampage forward from a Leicester attack and took full advantage, and it's now 3-0 that Leicester trail.
Yeah, and as soon as Harvey Barnes just plays that reverse pass to release, Alexander Isak.
And Leicester have it with Daka, turns to feed a short pass to James Justin, inside right position, midway inside the Leicester half. Oh, and James Justin's giving it away to Isak, who's approaching the edge of the area, and a shot that is only just wide. It would have been a gift, a pass straight to the Swedish international, who has scored 7 in his last 10 appearances for Newcastle. Off target on this occasion. You can't afford any more gifts like that to a player that is banging for.
Instead of just going back to fast, I know he's probably thinking, I don't want to play another pass back to, you know, to one of my centre halves, but that was the only pass he had on.
It's a shot from Daka. Oh, it's hit the post. It's hit both posts. How's your luck?
Surely he's got to get a free kick, Jimmy Vardy.
Vardy was fouled in the build-up. That was the pause, because I think we were waiting for the whistle.
Well, he's getting an offside.
Yeah, the offside flag is up. Maybe more of a relief that it didn't go in, because it wouldn't have counted, but it did look as though Vardy was caught late. He was just offside, wasn't he? Great shot by Daka.
Yeah, it's a snapshot, isn't it? From Patson Daka, just drops, he's running onto it, and he just hits it first time as he's running onto the ball.
We'll go short to Conor Cody. Cody with Premier League experience with Wolves and a loan spell with Everton. Began his career at the other side of Stanley Park with Liverpool, where he came through the ranks. Over 300 appearances for Wolves. As he plays the ball back to Hermansen, as he does so, looks up and just... Oh, Hermansen has given the ball away. Miley and Didi trying to stop it. Miley on the edge of the box has turned. He's got his back to goal. He's got the support of Livramento. Newcastle in no rush, although Fabian Schär might fancy a shot after coming close in the first half. That one wasn't bad either. A shot that was curling towards the top right corner as we look. Hermansen getting both hands onto it.
Yeah, well, it was a finger stinger, wasn't it? From Schär, fierce enough shot on target. And Hermansen has to be liable. He was the one that made the mistake in the first place. He says it's a poor pass out. But thankfully, you know, he's made up for a mistake with a decent save.
And we are going to see a sight of 15-year-old Jeremy Monga for the final 15 minutes of this game. Just to prove how young he is. He doesn't have the sponsor, the Leicester sponsor, on the front of his shirt. Ball given away, Cody, straight to Asula. His first touch is a left-footed one that skewed wide of the goal. And listen to the reception that the 15-year-old Jeremy Monga is about to get for his Leicester debut, his Premier League debut. Conor Cody, as we await to see the additional time that will be added shortly. Expecting it to be 5, indeed it is. Here is Monga, maybe one last moment for the teenage substitute. Turns one way and then the other away from Miley. Nice layoff into Ricardo, touched onto Ndidi, just inside the area. Ndidi looking for the cross that is blocked by Bird. And as we go into injury time, Leicester have a corner.
Yeah, good play again from Monga. Twisting and turning. Nice little ball into Ricardo. Ricardo then driving forward. Plays Ndidi in. Dan Burn does well. Can only concede the corner.
Buonanotti's corner. Wow, fast with the header. A glancing header across the face of goal. And only just wide of the target.
That's a decent effort from Fass. It's not too often you see him up there challenging. He's made a good run across the face of goal.
In there with the challenge, it's fallen loose for Barnes. Can Barnes have the final say on his Leicester return? To the right it goes to Wilson, and a driven ball in that Barnes didn't have to break stride to get to, but left-footed, he's fired it wide of the target.
Again, there's a 50-50 in there between Harvey Barnes and Luke Thomas.